my friends, my viewers, my colleagues. Welcome to the another episode of Business Decoding Decode Podcast. Today we have a guest. I can't believe I have invited somebody who is a bioscientist, who is a bioengineer, and who have done research and development in amazing things. I was talking to her regarding mental health, which I have never thought of I'll do it. She is into medtech business, which is doing amazing. I'll welcome Geetika Dubey. Geetika ji, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Geetika ji, we'll do today the business decoding of your business. The business name is
Rapturous.
Rapturous. What does Rapturous do, and what is the business behind Rapturous?
So currently we are making puzzles for mind health, for adults. We are not zoning into kids section. It is for adults and anybody above 15 years of age. So jigsaw puzzles are basically 2D puzzles where you're piecing pieces together and completing the image.
So jigsaw puzzle for adults. It looks like very playful thing, but how it helps the mental health?
Is basically supposed to fire all the neurons in your brain. It is supposed to disconnect you from your cause of concern. It is supposed to bring you in a different frame of mind altogether. So for just not for entertainment, but also for relaxing, for de-stressing, for debugging your head, you can just sit and do a jigsaw puzzle.
तो ये jigsaw puzzles आप खुद मैन्युफैक्चर करेंगे या आप थर्ड पार्टी से मैन्युफैक्चर करा रहे हैं?
नहीं, हम फिलहाल तो खुद मैन्युफैक्चर कर रहे हैं.
खुद कर रहे हैं.
जी.
मुझे आपकी बातों से ये लगता है कि ये एक एनजीओ प्रोजेक्ट है या इसमें सच में पैसा कमाया जा सकता है?
ये बिल्कुल भी एनजीओ प्रोजेक्ट नहीं है और ये शुरू किया है पैसे कमाने के लिए. Is one of the intentions so that it can fund the other projects. So मुफ्त का काम वैसे भी कोई मतलब नहीं है करके. It does not take you to, or it does not take the audience also to any end. So it's a very payable product. You pay for it and you buy and you use it.
So generally किस तबके के लोगों के लिए है? और हम लोगों में आजकल हम लोग यही बोलते हैं बिकॉज इंडिया अभी वैसे बोला जाए तो मोदी जी ने हमें इतना आगे कर दिया है, बट अगर वैसे आप देखा जाओ तो एडवांसमेंट में अभी भी इंडिया 15-20 साल पीछे है बड़े प्रोमिनेंट कंट्रीज से. यहाँ तक कि अगर मेंटल हेल्थ की बात आप करो तो अगर किसी बुजुर्ग को एक मेंटल हेल्थ इशू है, मैं छोटे टाउन्स की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं बड़े टाउन्स की भी बात कर रहा हूँ, तो उसको क्या बोला जाता है अगर उसको एल्जाइमर्स हो कि सठिया गया है बुढ़ा. ओके, सो व्हाट इज दिस यू आर डूइंग डिफरेंट एंड हाउ यू आर अवेयरिंग द कस्टमर्स अबाउट व्हाट यू आर डूइंग?
Okay, to give the answers to all your questions, I will start with the genesis of this entire project. I was sitting in the COVID period and I think that would have been the best time to start, but I started 2 years late. I was just sitting and I was just listening to Modi ji's speech on how young India and how we are going to progress and all of that. So I realized that the demographic dividend, the young population that we have, is going to age also at the same time, and that is when it clicked that we are all going to be old at the same time. Who's going to take care of us? We are still there for our parents, but this entire majority of population, when we age, how are we going to, because we do not have support systems, we do not have healthcare, we do not have basic healthcare even in Mumbai. I'm going to other parts of India is a different story altogether. So that is when I started churning my brain, and it's petrifying for me to imagine that we are all old and सब एक दूसरे के mess में पड़े हुए हैं. So that scene is still there in my head, and that is what triggered me into starting something in this spectrum. Now this was one event. The other thing that happened was I was looking for jigsaw puzzles online and I could not find any Indian based jigsaw puzzles. All that you see is Western landscapes, you see Western festivals, you will see Halloween, you will see Christmas. And you will see a very bad representation of Varanasi or a couple of festivals of India. So then I started reading about it, and that's when I realized that it's not just piecing pieces together. It is much, much more than that. And what changed for me was that one research paper where they have used jigsaw puzzles to treat a patient who was recovering from stroke. So he recovered faster than the patient who was only on medicine. So that is when the journey of this project started. So this is the genesis of this thing. How to aware and what is किस तबके के लोगों को हम देख रहे हैं, definitely costing is one of the major concerns here, and the other concerns that I get out of people buying jigsaw is कि आपने एक बार कर लिया, दो बार कर लिया, तीन बार कर लिया, उसके बाद क्या? So then I tell them either you donate it off, either you pass it off to somebody, or you come back to it after some time. मतलब अभी आप used to हो गए हैं, but after a while you will find it all the way new again. So you can keep coming back to it. But if you don't want to come back to it, you can donate it off or return it back to us, and we will donate it off in your name, and we can credit with some points and stuff like that. So I am trying to make this for everybody. We are also trying to advocate the idea of making jigsaw libraries where you can just rent out the jigsaw and take it for a few days, finish it, have your therapy with it, and come back and return to it. But there's a glitch with that. That if it's a 100 piece or 800 pieces puzzle, and if there's one piece that's missing, how are you going to fix that? So we're still trying to figure that out, but once that's done, I think making jigsaw libraries would be the thing that we would like to go for.
So there are many viewers which are listening to us, and it's a business podcast. We work with many VCs. We have invested a huge amount of money in past in medtech projects, which is a very hot topic today. How much money you guys are looking for your project?
To be very honest, for this project, I'm not looking for any money. This is a very low investment, high on return kind of a project. So the return is used for awareness, basically. So we want to move around. We want to take it to schools. We want to take it to schools, especially for kids who are into long-term preparation, 10th, 11th, and 12th, where they're sitting with the books for a very long time, and all that they have is digital mode for relaxation. So cutting off with the entire digital part of it, you can just sit with something which is soothing and pleasing and colorful, and you can just have your time with that.
So if somebody requires this jigsaw puzzle and they require a personalized puzzle in which some parent is suffering from something and they want their family jigsaw puzzle, so can you make it, and how much one jigsaw puzzle will cost?
So we definitely customize puzzles, and I've been asked to make puzzles for parents who are aging, who are beyond 60 and most likely diagnosed with some sort of onset. So for them, what we recommend according to our research is to start with bigger pieces and to run down the memory lane. So we do customize it. Now depending upon the size, the cost goes up and down. But a very standard size jigsaw puzzle for somebody who's 60 and 65 years old, we can say it will cost somewhere around 1200 to 1500.
So what do you require? You don't want money. You are self-funded. You said you have 4 partners. You're expanding with your own speed, which is organic speed. What exactly you're looking for? You're looking for a strategic partner, or you're looking for some age group people to get in and start some classes or online session. What exactly you're looking for?
So currently, I would because as I mentioned, it's a lifestyle change that I would like to promote. So how best it can be done is something that I'm still trying to figure out, that how do I convince people to adapt it to doing it 30 minutes a day. And here I would like to promote the idea of jigsawing, not just my product. You can pick up any product, but just jigsaw, just do something. So one of the things that came to my mind was organizing puzzle competitions for youngsters and for other age brackets, even for the old ones who are retired. They can spend their time, they can practice, and they can just compete with each other. So I think that will keep the organic enthusiasm alive. There's this competition, there's a jigsaw world competition, and I didn't know about it. And while researching for this, I came across this website, and they organize, it's like the Olympics of jigsaw, and every year Russia wins, and the winner solves 500-piece puzzle in like 40 minutes. I can't even sort 500 pieces in 40 minutes. So that's a level of jigsawing that those people have started doing. So we can also inculcate this kind of culture where instead of sitting and blabbering, or even if you're having alcohol with your friends, with your family, you can just apart from politics, you can also just piece in jigsaws.
So you have not answered my thing till now. I'm asking what exactly you want, because we are doing a podcast.
Yeah.
There is absolutely something in your mind. Why you're doing this? Just to create the awareness, or are you looking for money or looking for support or strategic partner or anything which
Not money per se, but I would be happy to seek more collaborations, more R&D collaborations also, because I would like people to volunteer into studying for this, volunteering to study, and also volunteer into giving their research inputs from the other side as a research scientist or something of that sort. Because when you're showing a tangible change, that is when people start believing you and people start picking up. Now that I'm talking, whatever I'm talking is backed by research. But if you're actually showing them with numbers, I think it will make more difference. So that's one thing that I'm definitely looking for: research collaborations, volunteers, and all of that, and investment for research.
So
Not
that is
money
the-
for product, but for R&D.
So I'll tell you one thing, how we as investors or VCs or companies like us, MD Consulting is a very renowned company which I run. We look for a project which is included the customer education, the research and the product. You do as much as research you want, but if you don't have money to educate the customer, nobody will buy your product.
Definitely.
So project is as whole a project which includes the research, which includes the product knowledge, product delivery, the product outcome and the customer education, so that this customer is sold to the people.
So in this segment, there are two types of products. Some products that are generalized, that can be used by anybody. And there are some products that are customized, very, very specifically customized, not just with the image customization, but even with the type, the pattern. If I have to give this to somebody who's autistic or dyslexic, the entire ball game changes. So for the entire spectrum, I cannot involve the entire spectrum into research. So it has to be parts that are in research, and the parts that are not in research, and that will function only based on how well do I manage to connect with people, how well do I manage to advertise and convince them to buy and try and get this into their habit. So these are two different parts, at least for me for now.
So tell me one thing which is very interesting and came out because of our discussion. My son is 16-year-old, and when he was young, he used to solve many interesting jigsaw puzzles. Why a person who is aging can't solve those puzzles? What's the difference in your puzzles, or what is the different thing what you guys do which is different?
Okay, so one thing that I realized while we were making a puzzle and the pieces were this small, and my father just walked by and he said, who'll do this? I can't even see this. So that is when I realized that when you have to cater to different age group, you have to customize your product in directly proportional to the age of the individual. Or if somebody who's already into jigsawing, for them that may not be that small. For somebody who's starting, small pieces can cause agitation instead of de-stressing it. So the product line is very different for them. The sizes are big, the image is different. It cannot have large patches of same color. इधर भी blue है, इधर भी blue है, क्या फ़र्क है? If you're not into it, it'll start irritating and agitating. So there's a lot of thought and there's a lot of design back and forth that we keep going through before putting a product out in the market.
So one more thing which I want to ask you: who are these 4 people, 3 more people who are with you? Are they from same background or one?
No. One is from marketing end. He's into pharma marketing, so he's helping us get into pharma gifting, where we can also have our brand recognized. The other is into operations and manufacturing, and the other one is into digital marketing. So I had to look in for people who come with a certain skill set. I cannot digital market. I cannot. That's not my forte. So.
Great, wonderful. So, viewers, we have discussed entire thing with her, and it's amazing to know that she is starting a business which is very unique, very different, not the cut copy paste business which generally we see on the move. A person have opened a restaurant, another person opened exactly the same restaurant, changed the cuisine and started serving. This is a bold step. She's doing something, because when I met her, I asked her that you are a biomedical engineer, and why you chose something which is very unique, which is very different. And when I met her, I thought it's an NGO project, but amazing to know this. Thank you very much, Geetika. It is wonderful meeting you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.